Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos. I'm going to start this project off with this heart I got at Dollar Tree. I'm going to peel off the front part of it. I just sprayed it down with some water and then let it sit for a few minutes, and then I'm just going to start scraping it off. I used a Cricut spatula to get it off. It comes off really quickly once you spray it. Then I sanded it a little bit after that and let it dry completely. And now I'm just going to put a couple of coats of antique white on it. And I just did this on the whole thing, the back, the sides, and the front. I'm just making sure that it was fully covered. I also peeled the sticker off the back and sanded that part also. Once it was all painted and dry, I'm going to take it and lay it on this paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to lay it down and then trace it out and then cut it out. I'm just using a pencil to go around the edges. And then just cut that out. Once I have that all cut out, I'm just going to Mod Podge that right onto the front of the heart. So just do a quick coat of Mod Podge. And then I'm going to just lay that down right on top and smooth it out with my hands. Once I have that all on there, I'm just going to let that fully dry. Once it was fully dry, I can take my sander and just sand off the excess around the edges. Once that was all done, I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to grab this bigger heart that I got from, I want to say this was Dollar Tree as well. I'm going to take this burlap, and I'm going to trace it around on the burlap, and I'm just using a chalk pencil to do this. I got the chalk pencil at Hobby Lobby. And then I'm just going to cut that heart out as well. Once I have that all cut out, I'm going to Mod Podge that onto that smaller heart. I'm just putting a thicker coat of Mod Podge on here to put the burlap on. Lay that burlap right on there and then let that fully dry and adhere. Now I'm going to take another smaller heart, also from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint this one a pale pink color. It was already pink, but I just really wanted it a lighter color pink. Once I finish painting that, I'm going to set that aside to dry as well. And now I'm going to take this. It was a 1x1. I had cut it down for another project, but I'm just going to use it as a base. I don't know exactly how long this ended up being. I'm going to just take that and cover this in antique wax. So just go all around the whole thing and then let that fully dry as well. Now I'm going to take my hearts and start stacking them. So I'm going to take that first one that we did and put the second one in the center of that with the burlap. Then I'm going to add that pink heart to the center of the burlap one. Then I'm going to take some twine, and I also have a little mini key. I'm going to slide that key onto a large piece of twine. Just kind of pull it through. And then I'm going to start wrapping that twine around the heart. And I'm going to make sure that that key stays centered in the center of the heart. So just start wrapping that around. I did this a couple of times. And then I'm going to tie that off into the back. So just cut off that excess that was still attached and then just tie it in a knot in the back. And then you can just put a little bit of glue to hold that all into place. And I'm going to kind of pull my strings apart so that they're even on each side of the heart. And then, like I said, just put a little bit of glue down there and hold that in place. And then you can cut off that excess twine. And look how cute that is. And kind of fix your key and your twine so it's all centered. Then I'm going to take that and glue it onto the piece of wood that we stained. And I'm just gluing that, laying on its side. And then I was going to add some florals in the front, but I decided to do something completely different. I'm going to take this love cutout from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to paint it the same color pink that I painted that small center heart. And I'm just using a pouncer to get the paint on there. And just paint the whole thing. I did just the front, because the edges were stained, so it kind of matched everything else. Once I have that all painted, I'm just going to let that dry for a second. I just used my blow dryer to speed up the process. And then I'm going to take that and glue it to the bottom half of the sign. So I'm just going to put glue on the bottom half of all of these letters. And then I'm going to lay that right on top of that 1 by 1 that I stained. And then just press it into place. Then I'm going to take one of these little glass vials from Dollar Tree. They had the corks in them. And I'm going to glue that right next to the heart behind the L. I just put a little bit of hot glue there and just set that down. And then I'm going to take some faux baby's breath and I'm going to stick that in that little vase. And that is it. And I think that was so much better than doing the florals in the front. I absolutely love how this turned out. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspires you to make one. And as always, don't forget to spread the chaos.